The power of healthy communication in relationships. How about that? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into building stronger, healthier, and even more fulfilling relationship. I am your host, Miss Chichi. Call me by my real name, Elizabeth Chitechi, and today we are discussing a topic that lies at the heart of every successful relationship, and that is healthy communication. So, welcome to my podcast. This is Glow Up Era Podcast. Now, do you know this guy called Tony Gaskins? Tony Gaskins. I don't know if I'm spelling the name well, but you need to go and Google this guy. So this guy once said, communication to a relationship is like oxygen to life. Without it, it dies, like dies, kuf, dead in Swahili. But how true is that, right? Think about it, like how true is that? Like communication to a relationship is like oxygen to life. Of course, if you don't have oxygen, my guy, you're dead. So that means Tony Gaskin was right. Okay, why is this topic so important today? Let me tell you. Did you know that poor communication is one of the leading causes of relationships breakdowns? It is. And a study has shown that most divorces cases attributed to communication issues. And clearly, this is something we need to talk about. Ask yourself if you are in a relationship. Is your communication okay? Even just look at it, the time you had some issues, okay, with your partner, like how was your communication? I'm telling you, if you have some breakdown in a relationship, one of the things that is affected is communication. And that thing will break that relationship if you're not okay. If both of you, like, you are high, nobody is willing to go down, no communication, like that relationship is done. Poor communication will cause your relationship to break down. Listen, I know you had some issues with your partner, but can you just table those things up? Like, what the heck? Anyway, let us ask ourselves, like, what is healthy communication? You know, most of the time when you go to these relationship seminars, one of the key things they usually talk about is healthy communication in a relationship. And they will keep on insisting on how you should talk to your partner, on how you should have a healthy communication. But have you ever wondered or asked yourself, like, what is a healthy communication? You know, if you are to define a healthy communication, what would you say? Now, listen, a healthy communication is more than just talking and listening. It's about understanding. It's about empathy. And it's about ensuring both partners feel they have been heard and respected. Now, that is the problem. Like, how am I feeling? My partner is feeling me when I am talking, when I am communicating. Is my partner listening to me when I'm speaking, when I'm communicating? Am I being respectful when I'm communicating or when he is communicating to me? You know, when we define a healthy communication, we need to put up some keywords like talking and listening. Is it an understanding communication? Is it a communication that has empathy? Or is it a communication that is making another party feel heard or respected? If these key things are not in your communication, then I assure you that you have unhealthy communication. Now, the key element about a healthy communication, number one, is active listening. Okay? If there is no active listening between you two parties, let me tell you, look at it this way. You are communicating and your partner is busy doing whatever he or she's doing, and you feel like this person is not an active listener. Like, why am I even talking to myself? Another thing is clarity and honesty. Just because you're communicating, you need to be clear. The clarity has to come out. And most of us, we have unhealthy communication because we are not honest. All the time, whatever comes out of our mouth is dishonesty. You lie so much, you pretend like you're so remorseful, and then you let the other party feel like, you know what, I feel like he's so honest, and then after some while, this person discovers that there was no clarity in whatever this person was saying. There was a lot of dishonesty, and this one kills. Like, even you cannot even trust someone. You look at somebody, and one of the things that comes in your mind is you regret so much why you even chose that path, why these people even had to appear in your life, because this is not what most of us want. We need a partner, especially if it is in a relationship. We need a partner who is always clear, who always brings things on the table in a clarity manner, in a honesty manner. There is nothing so disheartening discovering that your partner is dishonest, that your partner does not communicate well, that all the time they lie. That one kills relationship. Another thing is respect for boundaries. When we talk about what is a healthy communication, there must be respect for boundaries. You need to respect someone's boundary. And that one means when you people are insulting each other, there must be boundaries. There are things that you're not supposed to say. There are things you're not supposed to bring out from your mouth. There are things that you're supposed to set boundaries. And then the last thing is, what is a healthy communication? A key element here, we are talking about a constructive feedback. Imagine you're sitting with somebody, and whatever the feedback is coming is either insult, or maybe just you are saying A, this person is replying B. Like, you are not in the same path. You're not saying the same thing. This one means that there is no healthy communication. Listen. If you are in a relationship, make sure that you have a healthy communication. Let me tell you, so many castles have been broken when they were in the verge of being castles because of dishonesty, and because of people not respecting others, and people looking at others and taking advantage of them. And when somebody, there is this English thing that says, don't wake up a dead dog, because it will bite you. Okay, it is so painful. I'm telling you, it is so painful having a partner who is dishonesty, who does not even communicate clearly. It is so painful. When you invest your time to a relationship and the other party invest their own time to unconstructive things, it is so disheartening. So my dear, when we talk about healthy communication, it is a lot. Let me give you an illustration. Okay, imagine this. Your partner comes home, your partner is stressed, and instead of venting, they say, I've had a rough day. Can we talk? Okay, you've had a rough talk. You've had a rough, stressful day, but can we even talk? We can't even talk. This kind of approach will open a door of unhealthy relationship, or a healthy healthy communication, or unhealthy communication, or a healthy communication. Okay, listen. You just take a minute. Okay, like that stressful moment, and you're coming home, and you find it so rough to communicate with your partner. Like, it is so, you are tired, number one. You just want to have a cool time with all these noises on the road. You just want to have a cool moment. and then your partner is venting a lot, your partner is talking a lot, your partner is, you know, whatever is lashing out is toxic, you know, you will just say, please just stop it, I just want to have a rest, and then you go to sleep. But when you come home, though you had a rough moment, but the greetings are there. In Swahili tunasema mnajuliana hali. How was the day? How was it? How did you spend your day? Did you eat lunch? You know, you start feeling like, this is what I needed, this is what I want. You know, that is a healthy communication. You start communicating even though you're tired, your day was so rough, but there is that portion of you saying, let me have an active listening ear to my partner, let me be honest, let me be clear. You know, you produce constructive feedback, you observe your boundaries, and then it becomes a healthy communication in your relationship. That is one of our segments. Now, our second segment is signs of poor communication. If we talk, or have you ever heard of a poor, I'm talking about poor communication. If somebody tells you you have poor communication skills, what does this person really mean? Now, these are some of the red flags in communication. Number one, interrupting or talking over each other. That is normal, especially in relationship. We will interrupt each other. We will talk over each other. And that is one of the red flags. Me, I didn't know, but now I know. Okay? So one has to be high, another one has to be low. Both of you are high, you're going to destroy everything. And all my life, I've admired a home that is built in healthy communication. Like a home whereby there are boundaries, respect, and then there is that thing of not interrupting each other when someone else is talking. That is a home I want. Another red flag is avoidance of tough conversation. If you have a friend who always avoids tough communication, that person is has poor communication skills, and that is a red flag for you. You need to observe these tiny things. Like somebody, there is just a problem, and then you speak to somebody and this person tells you, we will talk tomorrow. Why are you avoiding the tough conversation? Does it mean you have some red flags you're trying to put in front of me and I'm not seeing them? Okay? So when you see somebody who is avoiding these tough conversations, run. Don't run, my sister, run. You're putting yourself in a bad place. Another red flag is passive aggressive behavior. Like somebody is just there. You know? There's some kind of aggressive behavior when people are communicating until you wonder, we were just communicating, we were not fighting. What's up? Or another red flag is misinterpreting. Listen, misinterpreting intentions. That is what I wanted to say. Misinterpreting intentions. This is what you are saying, and this person is taking whatever you are saying in another way. Gosh, the world is full of mysteries. Those are just some red flags in communication. Listen, let me give you another story. I once had a friend who avoided serious talks with their partner. Like, they will not talk, no matter how bad or serious the situation was or is. These people will not talk. So over time, small issues will pile up, pile, and one of these fine days, they have a very massive argument over something trivial, you know. So the underlying problem was poor communication because they piled these small issues. They allowed the small issues to pile. And let me tell you, these small issues, when they pile, let me tell you again, they will not end. Because one day, you're going to have a very massive argument, and you are going to bring those small issues that you have piled in that corner. And that is one of the poor communication skills or signs of a poor communicator. Okay. Now, let us move to segment 3. I'm just trying to put this podcast, like, I don't want it to be so long. Okay, I just want it to be so entertaining, and at the end of it all, it's very educational. Now, our segment 3 is benefits of healthy communication. When you're talking about benefits of healthy communication, what are we saying? We are talking about building trust. When partners communicate openly, it builds a foundation of trust. You start to feel that you can rely on each other. Have you ever reached a point whereby you are so tired of somebody you loved? You are so tired of somebody you once trusted because you trusted them. There is that foundation you build about trust. But this person has broken that trust. Like there's nothing you can talk with this person. There's nothing. Like, what are you talking about? How do you even talk to this person? And once trust has been broken, let me tell you, you cannot trust someone. You can't. Like, kila mtu akae na maisha yake. Kila mtu akae tu maisha yake, because if that is the vibe you have brought in this friendship, and I did not have that vibe, so you're trying to tell me this is what you desire. I'm telling you, let me tell you, this thing has reminded me something so emotional. Your partner is not willing to communicate openly, and you have trusted this person with all your heart. You have built a foundation of trustworthy around this person, and then you come to discover that your partner lies. Your partner does not communicate well. Your partner has given you a vibe of, you know what, I don't care, man. I don't care. I did not put a bullet in your head to force you to do some things. This thing breaks my heart. It breaks my heart into tiny pieces that I can't amend. And it is so painful having a partner who is a liar. Man. Is bad. It's bad. Like, somebody does not even see your effort. Someone looks at you as if you're forcing yourself to them. Someone looks at you as if you're nothing. And you look at yourself, you have, like, you look at yourself with everything that you have placed on board. Like, I have placed this person even before my own needs. You wouldn't even do anything constructive for yourself, rather than just do something constructive for this person that you trust. And then they break your heart. They break your trust. I don't want to go into details. It's just so painful. I don't want to go there. Anyway, benefit of healthy communication. Let us talk about emotional intimacy. Good communication creates a safe space where both partners can express their feelings without fear of judgment. When you have a healthy communication, there is a space that is called a safe space. Like, you can just talk to your partner without even fear of judgment. You just talk to them. That is a healthy communication. Another benefit is conflict resolution. Let us talk about conflict resolution. Healthy communication is not about avoiding conflict, but resolving them effectively. When we talk about healthy communication, are you building trust? Is there emotional intimacy? Are you able to resolve your conflict? If none of this appears in that list, then there is no benefit in any communication that you're having with your partner. Okay. So our segment 4 is some practical tips for better communication. Now, I want you to practice active listening. What am I saying? Focus on what your partner is saying instead of formulating your response while they talk. Just focus, listen, focus. Focus on what your partner is saying. Leave alone all this response first. When given time to respond, then respond. And then another practical tip for better communication is to use an I statement. Listen. Instead of saying you never listen, try saying like this: I feel unheard when I'm talking. I know, English is not in our mouth. English is not in our mouth. We Africans, we just talk. You never listen to me. You don't listen to me. But according to the books I've read, they say for better communication, try using the statement I. Okay, just say I feel unheard when I'm talking, which is hard. Another thing is nonverbal communication. Okay, practice nonverbal communication. Remember this: your tone, your body language, and even your facial expressions matters just as much as your words. The way you swing your body, the way you bring your facial expressions, all these things. If you do not remember making them respectful, it's gonna be hard for you. Another practice tip for better communication is I want you to set time for check-ins, like have regular times to discuss what's working and what's not working in the relationship. What is working? What is not working? Let me tell you, I've reached a point whereby I don't know what to say, but I feel like, when you feel disappointed, you feel like you're so disappointed in so many things that you did not even expect, but you just want to talk to someone outside there, you just want to vent out, but you have no one to, because you feel like, who can I talk to when things are not working for you, But when you sit down with your partner and you discuss things that are working and things that are not working, I think this is one of the practical tips for better communication. Seek clarification. If you don't understand something, ask. Don't assume. For example, when you said this, what did you mean? You said this, what did you mean? It is good to seek clarification. And I've reached a point whereby I feel like this one is one of the practice that I need to engage myself in, because when somebody talks something and you sit down and ask yourself, did this person really mean what they said? Like, did this person really mean what he or she said? Like, what was all that about? Why would this person say this thing? What was it all about? And I feel like if I seek clarification in a conversation, I'll have a better tomorrow. So those are just some few practical tips for better communication. Okay, now let us go to our segment 5. This topic, I have done it in segments, Now our segment 5 is let us take real life scenarios, and then let us see how to navigate them. So I have narrowed down some scenarios and we are going to discuss them. This is just some examples. Okay, so let us take scenario 1. One partner is silent during conflict. So one of you is silent and you're having a conflict. What is the solution? So this is the solution that I think is going to work for you and the other person that you're going to share this video or this podcast so that they listen and learn, is encourage them to share when they're ready and assure them it is just a safe space. Most of us, the other person is silent and you're not even bothered. You're not bothered like you're not bothered. These are things that make relationship go away. They go and it's done. If you see your partner silent, I want you to encourage them to share what they're ready and assure them that this is a safe place. Let us take another scenario like miscommunication over text. When you have a scenario of miscommunication over text, this is how you're supposed to navigate. Now, the solution is address important issues in person or even through a call, not over text messages. Just wait until you see this person one-on-one, then clarify the issue or give them a call. Do not text. That is my weakness. I do text. Let us take another scenario that makes me laugh, that balancing communication skills. Now, I want you to identify your and your partner's communication preferences and find a middle ground. Do you know that some of this relationship, when people are communicating, some are communicating while beating the table, slapping, like slapping the wall, removing things, destroying things. It is good to have a balanced communication style. Find a middle ground to do all this shakara. You know what? This is Glow Up Era podcast. And I always come here to vent a lot. And as I close, before we wrap up, think about your own communication style. Are there areas where you can improve? Are you truly listening to your partner? Okay, so if you have any question about today's topic or want us to dive deeper, I want you to drop a comment down below. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to drop a comment below. Okay, and then my final message to you is, remember, communication is a skill. It's something we can all work on and gather better at it. Start small, be patient, and keep practicing it. It does not come from the blues. This thing takes time. Anyway, if you find this helpful, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Let us continue building stronger relationships together. Until next time, take care and communicate with love. I love you guys. I love you so very much. And I want you to embrace the power of healthy communication in your relationship, because without this, then your relationship is on the verge of breaking. My name is Miss Chichi, or call me by my real name, Elizabeth Chitechi. Until next episode, bye guys.